G'day, and welcome to Diecast Labs Australia. As you watch this vehicle on a turntable go around, I'd like to welcome to the returning friends of the channel. Thank you for your support. If you're a first time viewer, I hope I'll try that again. I hope you stay and share what sometimes a bubbling old fart like me does with diecast toys. What I do is aim for the hobbyist, which means if I can do it, so can you, and most likely even better. So sit back, relax. You might have a laugh or two. You might be inspired with portions of the video as to the creativity of what I get up to. So let's have a closer look at it. Today we're joined with PB from PB's Retro Restorations, the Ghost of Martin Dare, and PJ from Midlife Models and the Diecast and Modelers community. So let's have a closer look at our Corgi, Ford Torino, Starsky and Hutch. Now my understanding is it is the 262 from what I read on the interwebs. So let's have a look at it. It has all its four wheels. The front bumper's not too bad. The grill's alright. The rear bumper is okay. Missing a lot of silver bits. The paint is chipped. Well, it has been played with, so it looks like it's been on its roof for a few times. Now I did do an inspection on this earlier to see how it came apart. I've already pulled it apart, and the A pillar here was broken, so to stop it from cracking any further or breaking completely away, I've already super glued it, the A pillar, so you can't see, you don't see the break anymore, which is good. So anyway, let's get further looking at our items. The wheels are, well, road rash on it. Plus, by the looks of things, we have a piece broken on the chassis inside. We are changing these wheels. We're putting in 5 slotters, similar to what was on the original vehicle, which I'll be 3D printing as we go along. Glass is in good condition. That's a bonus. So stop talking, Michael. Let's keep going. All right, so I'll take this vehicle apart. See you there. Okay. To save some noise and so forth, I used the burr tool on the end of the rotary tool to take out 5 posts, 4 in each corner and a 1 in there. Once you've done that, you come in by the rear tyre and this way up the front. And we should be able to get it out. Come on, fumble fingers. Just because you lost the lights on a previous build, plastic base, so we'll give that a wash. G'day gentlemen, looking at seeing what it's got a piece there but not on the other side. Okay, we have our wheels. But like I say, they will be going somewhere else. We'll get our little parts box there if we can fit stuff in. It is a one-piece chassis with the suspension pieces. They're all there, which is good, but we're missing a leg here. So I'll make something for that. I won't 3D print it. I won't need to. I've probably got quite a few supports from the 3D printing that I do. That's normally a waste that I can make, that I could use to put in there. So besides the chrome missing, it's in not that bad condition, so that is usable. Over there, interior. It's a two-piece interior, solid plastic, which is good. I don't think it's going to be staying yellow, but what I'll probably will do is I'll take a photo of this, create a 3D printable file, because I don't see anybody selling these at all. So we'll make a 3D print of that. We should be able to make a 3D print file of this, because again, this is something which I don't know that anybody sells. It's Steve Flowers, Recovered Toy, and a few of the other spare parts mob do not have them, or they don't have them listed. Alright, out comes the dash. It does have focus. There is some detailing on there. Again, this will not be staying as yellow. We will pop the steering wheel out so that we can get to the dash, and I'll see if I can do some detailing on that. I will do that off camera. I'm lousy doing it on camera. You can see the results of what I do with stuff I do on camera. So, alright, the window unit, as I said, it's in quite good condition. It does have some scuffs on it that we'll be able to polish out, and that leaves us our casting. They are not plastic lights at the back, they're just painted. So that's our vehicle apart. So let's go to the next segment. Okay, it is that time again where we meet up with our strippers. Our participant here is ready. Our strippers here are ready. The audience on that side is ready. I hope you're ready. Of course, our strippers want some hot water. So we'll give it the swishy dance. Reds and yellow take a long time to get off, or can be difficult to get off. So we shall let the magic happen. The water is starting to discolour, which is telling me that the red is coming off. And you should see about here how it's lifting with the bubbles, and it's doing the same thing up the front here. And again, just doing the swishy. If you look on the front fender here as we shake, you can see that it is pulling away from the casting. And the same thing at the back here. Okay, the fume's starting to get to me, so I'll get out of here and let the others do what they need to do. Bring you back shortly. If nudity offends, you best look away now. The boys in the background had a wonderful time playing with strippers, as did I. So here is our casting, all nice and shiny. We've used our steel scourer and we've washed it down with methylated spirits to get rid of the grease and so forth. So let's get on and paint this sucker. See you in a mo. Well, if you're seeing my face in the bottom corner, that means you're meeting up with the mad professor. And it also means that we're going to be doing some 3D printing. So, what are we doing for 3D printing? I'll open up the file. We're going to do Hutch, Starsky, Officer of Innocent, and what's Starsky and Hutch without Huggy Bear. We're also going to try and do the stripes. We may do the dashboard, but we do have number plates, so that's good to have. The next screen is, again, these two things were from the Rebel model kit, which is a 125 scale, so it would all need to be scaled down. This is what I've come up with. Gives you an indication of what we're doing. There's the real car, and we are going to try and do those rims without the A in there. In there, what else have we got in there? Just another version of the stripe. All right, that's one part that we're going to do, and to show you what we've done, or what we've printed already. I'll get my camera right. You're not going to see it too well. Well, there's Hutch. Get in the right way. There is Starsky. And here is our Officer I Am Innocent. And as I said before, what's Starsky and Hutch without Huggy? Now, of course, I didn't buy those figures. I created those figures with image to 3D. If I can find where I put my files, image to 3D. And I'm fairly sure I did them in Tripo. Oh, wakey, oh wakey, there we go. There's our Officer I Am Innocent. There is Hutch. And of course here is Starsky. Right. They were all taken from images. And we've done that. And I did Huggy Bear in a different program. I thought I had him in here. I may have taken him out already. But no, I know where I did Huggy Bear. I've got to go back one. Go up into Print View. Well, that's where I had Huggy Bear. There's PB. G'day, Pete. There, of course, is me when I had the beard. Alright, so anyway, that's beside the point. The other thing that we're still going to do is these are the 3D print files. We need to do the mag wheels. Again, I took an image from 5 slots. Jelly beans. Waiting for the machine to catch up with us. There we go. That's our wheel. I've already scaled to what we need it for. It's a 11mm diameter, with a 5mm thickness. So we are going to rotate them slightly. We're going to copy. That's 5, 6, 7, 8 wheels. We will put them into order, layout, center, confirm. Hopefully we'll put it all in a straight line. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. We will put some supports on them. We'll just generate automatic supports. As I've already angled the wheels, or the hubs, or rims if you like. In Australia we call them rims. Some people will say hubs. It's got to go through each set of rims to put the supports in, which we will mumble mouth, which we'll see in a moment. I'm doing this in real time, not in time lapse as others would do it, because in time lapse there are things that you might miss out on, and you don't get the real feeling as to the length of time something might take. This is taking a little bit longer than what I was expecting. That's because we're doing 8 tyres and not 1. We're doing 8 so that we've got some spares. No, it doesn't like me moving it, so I wanted to see if we could see what it's doing with the rest of it. So bear with us. We're around about here with our wheels. Waiting, 74, 80, 81. I can count, geez, or I can read. Bear with us. Almost there, 94%. 98. So we must be around about down here somewhere, or up the other end, up the top there. I don't know which way it's going. There we go. We'll go back. There are our wheels with supports. Take them home. We shall slice, which means it's going to give us the program. It tells the 3D printer how many layers and where to put the layers. We'll now send that over to the Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra 16K printer and confirm it. We are online, which is good. We will select it. We are sending the file over. Alright, so we can now go print, confirm, and it's just beeped at me. The thing that we can do is we can watch, well, I can watch it from the printer, from the computer, how it's going to go. Unfortunately, the file or the print isn't going to be the height of this window here, so it's not going to do a time lapse. And I'm not going to keep you here for the duration of it, because how long is it going to take us? See, that's going to be here 54 minutes, about an hour approximately. It all depends on how warm the resin is. We're at 29 degrees, so it'll be about an hour, because the printer will heat the resin or heat the tank to 30 degrees. So current temperature is 27, it wants it at 29. So it is going to stir the resin. This is what it does first. It stirs the resin. So it's all mixed and the one temperature for when it's ready to print. But in the meantime, we need to do something else. We'll just minimize all of this, because we need to open up the Creality print, because to go with the rims and hubs, to go with those, we need some tyres. So I'll minimise that again, and minimise that for the moment. Where did I have it? There we go. Wrong side, Michael. I had to look on a different side of the screen. That's what we're after. We're after 17mm tyres. And how do I know it's 17mm? So that's the tyre there. And if I drag in the 5-slot mag, we'll censor that one. There you go, we set it in. We've resized everything so it all matches. So we don't need that in there, so we get the hub and rim out. We make sure our filament printer is on the TPE setting, or TPU, same difference. Just check some settings. Our speed, I've just about halved the speed. Actually, I will halve it, because it was at one. No, it's less than half the speed, because full speed was 180. Support, yes. Material, I've set at 220 degrees for the filament temperature or printing temperature. Build plate temperature, I'll put it at 90, and our flow rate at 100%. Build plate adhesion, I have as brim. And before we do all of that, we've got that part of it set up. We need to make more of them. Firstly, we'll do 3. That gives us our 4 tyres. clone model. So that will give us our 8 tyres. Now I've already done all of that. I just need to slice. It is processing. If you look at the top of the screen, up the top here, it is processing it. Now I do have a set that I made earlier, but they were too small, so I'm redoing them. But the ones which I made too small, they can go on to another project. So we're not doing too badly. Now our elegoo in the meantime, our temperature has now risen to 31 degrees. And if you look here, you'll see the vat going up and down. This time, not the build plate. So it's taking the print, the UV light is shining on it, and you'll see this part go down in a moment, ready for the next layer of resin to flow in so that it can do the UV light on it. There we go, see, it's letting the resin flow in between the build plate and the bottom of the vat. Here we have our tyres. The tyres will go up this way. We'll export that to our, this time to our SD card. "17mm tyres." We save it. That's now transferred it to the SD card. I will take that out and put it onto my Ender-free V3 SE filament printer. So we've done that. So we'll minimise that one. I can close that one because we've already got it over there. We've done our, we already printed those. So while those things are printing, I will paint up the vehicle. That's necessary, and you get to see the reveal. See you shortly, and here goes the mad professor. See you soon. This is just a reminder as to what I started with at the start of this episode. And here we are now. Here we are with the results of what used to be Starsky and Hutch, which is now Stutch and Husky. Well, no, it's still Starsky and Hutch. So what have we done with it? Well, with the vehicle, we've stripped it, repainted it. We've done it in the reverse colours. Instead of being the main body red and the white curved stripe, as you can see, we've done the white body and the red. We've detailed the back area. We've re-chromed the rear bumper and the front grille because that was all part of the suspension unit. We've done all that. We've 3D printed 5-slot magged wheels. and printed new tyres for it. So out with the old, in with the new. We've repainted the interior. We've redone the dashboard. You would have seen in the 3D printing section that we've 3D printed the Starsky, Hutch and the Boss I'm Innocent man, and we've added an extra figure which has usually been in Starsky and Hutch in the TV series, and that's Huggy Bear. He's seeing the results going, see what you happen when you mess with me. So this took a little bit longer than expected. We had a few issues, but they've been overcome. I hope you really liked the results. If you did, give the video a like, give the video a share, leave a comment down below. What would you have done different besides going back to original? So that's what they call me, the Mad Professor. All right, let's catch you next time at Diecast Labs Australia.